Like it or not, part of how I present my narrative is with devil, perhaps Masonic technology that leans right because of mafia guys, let's just say, saying don't burn bridges and we control the judges at the same time to brothers who like to think like me in a certain incident that you all probably have figured out. If you don't, say P2, Roberto Calvi, banking, yeah. When it comes to God's bread in the materialistic form, let's just say certain people like to force us to concede their point, and certain people don't concede their point. However, certain people are more concerned with the spirit than the flesh, and they say, render unto Caesar that which is theirs. Thus the 9 resents the 7, doesn't he? In my quest for Benaniah, I had to consider that it is the government's job to fight with all of its heart. To all people of all races, this is my judgment on World War II. It was fair play in all directions. It's time to continue the war, quit whining about it, so to speak, in the material form. Get your governments together, learn from your mistakes, and arrest the sinners. I want no whining, no bitching. I want it done correctly in accordance with God's will. And of course, this is just my opinion. I'm not the president, and I acknowledge that. But I am Chukwuemeka, and that is my opinion. And I understand you have a job to do, as the 9 and the 6, and so on. But I also have a job to do to bring the true gospel, and you suppressed it to a certain extent doing your job. And there's a certain oral tradition continuing in the tradition of our never-ending battle. Yes, I still think the ref is a little whining little bitch, whoever they may be, except for the guys who see it my way. And every time they have a Nicodemus moment, some punk-ass bitch, gives them the old "you better not" moment. A routine, rather, depending on how you look at it, perhaps. And Chukwuemeka does not appreciate it, and I'm sure God doesn't, but again, this is just how I see it, right? The white man's God is Mars, okay? The white man's God is Mars. He's the core of his culture, military-industrial complex, and he has a materialistic, industrial kind of related, technocrat, information age, fucking computer science, biotechnology, so to speak, eugenic-related biotechnology, chemical warfare, biological warfare, eugenics, social engineering, genetic engineering-related complex. He's a transhumanist supporting abomination. And his God is Mars mixed with APEP and every satanic school of thought he can get to team up with his bitch ass. My God is the one true God. So I do not bow to Mars. I am representing Haru and Judah. So how do we say this? Oh yes, you can kiss my black ass, and you know where to put your bullshit, and I'm going to put my foot in your ass, and I'm going to bring the sword of God when it's time to pull out the sword. I'm going to do light contact until then, and I'm going to be dressed in black and white to symbolize I'm one black-ass nigga, and I'm from the light temple. And who is the brightest star but the morning star, not Mars? With all due respect, fuck you. God is the brightest star, and the sun symbolizes the true God. When you look at it from the true perspective, because God made it, and you can see his hands and his works, so to speak. Godspeed with your hands, your mind.